Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel. Here I have a video titled, I flew across the world, proposed, and then she blindsided me. We're continuing the dominant series by, whenever I see titles like this or guys who are discussing their relationships, I'm always pointing out where did they slip on their masculinity, where did they slip on their dominance, where did they slip on their leadership. Because 9 times out of 10, the problems that arise later is due to a lack thereof of what I just described. And I don't think this is going to be any different. But let's go ahead and let him tell us the story and see if we can do just that.
I was misled by a YouTuber. His name was the Black Filipino. Yes, the Black Filipino misled me. Dating in the Philippines has made me not want to trust women at all. I'm putting my life on the line, to save her for the simple fact because I'm thinking this woman told me, yeah, we have a future together. All of the clothes that she was wearing, because I changed her wardrobe while she was living with me, they were calling her the H&M runway model. When I told her that I would like to get married and showed her the ring, that's where she told me, I have something to tell you.
Brings you out here to Thailand?
Thailand was, it wasn't intentional. I didn't come out here intentionally. I came out here as a result of me having a relationship with a girl in the Philippines, which I didn't know that she had a boyfriend or a husband. So because I wasn't aware of this, and by the time I did find out, and I was really upset that this person was living with me for 4 months, and I never saw any signs of this person speaking with a man. I never saw any signs, no phone calls while we were together of this person texting anybody. And when she did make phone calls, she was speaking with her colleagues, and they were on video chats.
Colleagues, meaning that she works, meaning that she was continuing that relationship while she was at work. There are some foreign women who will only talk to you during their work hours and then all of a sudden go ghost when it's their time to go home and then come back to work the next day and hit you up and be like, oh, sorry, I was busy. Woo, woo, woo. Yeah, I peeped that early. So again, it's like whenever you have that, or whenever I witness that or come in contact with that, I immediately know what's going on. I know she has a situation at home, and I'm already passing on that.
So I never ever saw another person in the picture other than these two people. So when I did find out that, after I proposed to her, because we were living together, this girl was great. This girl never asked me for money. All she wanted me to do was just, make her breakfast, lunch, and dinner. When she got off work, she came.
Wait a minute. All you had to do was what?
Okay.
So I never ever saw another person in the picture other than these two people. So when I did find out that, after I proposed to her, because we were living together, this girl was great. This girl never asked me for money. All she wanted me to do was just, make her breakfast, lunch, and dinner. When she got off work, she came home to my place, changed her clothes, wore her little panties, her little t-shirt, hugged up on me on the couch, watched TV, had sex, went to sleep, and it was like, rinse, wash, repeat.
So you were paying all the bills while she went to work, came home, then it was your job to cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And how she contributed was by dressing pretty and banging you, and that was it. And he said, "That's great. That's so. It's not even. That's not even bare minimum. That's less than bare minimum." And I'm assuming she wasn't contributing financially to anything either. That's a free ride. How is, you know what? Every guy has different standards, but to me, it seems like there was no program that she had to come into and follow. She didn't come in and was like, "Oh, I immediately in charge of cooking or cleaning or laundry or whatever." There was nothing for her to step into. And for him, as far as masculinity and leading in his relationship, he should have a program not only for himself but for his woman as well. When a woman doesn't have a program, she is going to end up doing whatever she wants, and whatever she wants is usually going to be rooted in hedonism.
So after about 4 months of doing this, I'm like, okay, I could see myself living with this person. How about I get the engagement and maybe do like a 14-month engagement, 16-month engagement, and at least, now we got 2 years under our belt living together. I can approach and say, okay, well, let's get married. But you got the ring on your finger. People can't say you're not legitimate. You're not, just some floozy. You got to.
Why do you care if people think your relationship is legitimate or not? That's the first thing. Why does that matter? Whether she has a ring on her finger or not, it doesn't matter. You don't want people to talk about her and be like, oh well, technically, why do people's opinions about your relationship even matter? It's extremely important that you have that in your head at all times, because making decisions, you or her, based off of other people's attention and validation is a recipe for disaster, because you're not focused on you, your plan, or you guys' relationship.
A ring on your finger and somebody saying, yeah, we're going to get married.
Okay, and that's when things start going left when you put the ring on the finger?
No, I didn't get to put the ring on her finger because when I told her that I would like to get married and showed her the ring, that's where she told me, I have something to tell you. I have a boyfriend. And I said, what? A boyfriend? And I was perplexed because the first thing I started thinking of is, does he know we're having sex? I mean, I'm saying this jokingly in my brain because I'm like, this is not the same anymore.
And really take a look at his mindset. A woman just came out to him and told him, first of all, props to her for even telling the truth. A lot of women don't even do that. But she told him, like, hey, look, I have a boyfriend. And his first thing that he thought of it in his mind, even if it's a joke, the first thing in his mind is, well, does he know we're having sex? Like, what are you talking about? What do you like? And again, really think about that. What type of person you have to be that a person told you they just portrayed you in your relationship, and then your first response to that was, well, does he know we're having sex? Come on now.
I'm like, how can you be having him? Does he know? A lot of questions went through my head.
And notice how the first thing that he's thinking about is the guy. Well, does he know this? Well, does he know that? Why are you concerned about him? Why? That doesn't make any sense to me.
And it was really just like, okay, so who is he? Are you getting rid of him? What is, what's going on? Because, like,
Are you getting rid of him? Are you getting rid of him? That was the, and again, this is like, as much as I don't want to make fun of him, right? I don't want to really or clown on him too much, but the reality is a lot of dudes think this way. Somebody told you that, hey, I'm cheating on you with somebody, and he is like, well, does he know we're having sex? Are you gonna get rid of him? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Does this not sound crazy? But when I start talking to other dudes, they're like, yeah, I mean, yeah, I understand where he's coming from. You understand? Anyways.
it's like, I need to know where, it's a lot of, just a lot of confusion, not understanding, like, how, where. Initially, she was working about, I want to say like 10 hours a day. And because she was in finance, she was in accounting, I had asked her, listen, I have people in America, they have their own accounting firm. I'm willing to.
And again, I want you to notice, what are the things that she is doing for him, right? Outside of normal relationship things, right? Having sex is not a reward. It's not like it's normal. Okay, it's not supposed to be used as a reward. It's not supposed to be something that's taken away from you because she's upset that day. Okay, that in itself is manipulative, right? So you got to ask yourself, what does she what how is she benefiting, first of all? And she's benefiting by getting all of her bills paid, a new wardrobe, crazily enough, gets her meals cooked for her every single day, and she still went off with another dude. And I can guarantee you the other dude is more masculine, and I can guarantee you the other dude doesn't have things going for him. I can guarantee it, because why else would she? Let's see.
To give you your salary for 3 months. You take this salary, which is like $300. So I was giving her like $1,200 for her to quit her job for 4 months, learn these books, learn taxes in America, And basically now you can do taxes for my friends in America doing 4 clients a week, which literally would have given her $600 a week. Now time.
It should have given you $600 a week. Let me say this. Now, I know a lot of guys disagree with me, and that's fine. But if I'm in a household where I'm paying all of the expenses, that means all of the income also goes to me as well. I never understood how two people can make an income, but only one is in charge of the expenses. How does that make any sense? Not only how does that make any sense financially, but how does that make sense for you? So if my woman is making money and bringing it into a house, she will be contributing to different things financially. And now how I would set it up, especially if I was serious about her, the whole check would go to me, and I would divvy it out and then give her whatever back, so she can go spend it on BS like a lot of women were gonna spend it on. But if it's not like that, then she's going to be contributing. As far as if I go on a date night, I'm like, okay, cool, I'm gonna pay for dinner. The next time I go on that date night, oh, that's on her, 100%. Because this is how a lot of dudes get taken advantage of. It's like, what is she doing for you?
That times 4. She's only earning $300 a month. That was what I proposed to her when I proposed, just after I proposed that to her, I proposed about the ring. And basically, it was like a slap in the face for her to say, I can't because of this.
Was the boyfriend Filipino or?
Yeah, he was Filipino. Some dude from the province, had no job, living at home with his mom. And it was perplexing
How
because
old was she?
she was about 23, 24.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Nothing going on for him. Nothing going on for him. And he's going to be like, oh, I'm confused. How can he choose her over me? I'm stable and I have money and I'm doing this. I'm telling you, this is what happens when you have a lack of dominance and a lack of assertion in your relationship. And we could, I was gonna say we could smell it on him, but we can see just listening to him where it's like he doesn't have anything of that nature. It's like the only thing that you have to do to make him happy is simply exist and give him the absolute bare minimum, and he's going to go above and beyond just to have you in his life. He was thinking about marriage. Are we hearing me? Come on now.
Oh, okay.
And
She's still on that type of time.
it just perplexing. Her boyfriend didn't have no job, had no income, was living at home with his parents. She's living with me. I'm making breakfast, lunch, and
What did I tell you? But I'm doing all of these things for her. Yeah, that shit don't matter. It don't matter.
dinner. We having nooners. All her whole wardrobe changed because of me. Now, she never asked me for no money, and I never gave her none.
Okay.
But we had a
You were giving her plenty. She didn't need to ask you for no bread. She was getting plenty. Bro. She's making money while having no bills and having everything taken care of as far as her the big expenses for food. I wonder if she had her own place.
really great, I want to say, relationship because we were intellectuals. We had things to talk about.
Now, was she still trying to continue the relationship once she told you, or you just kind of broke it off?
I broke it off because I was really effed up. I was so effed up because like I went to America, I got you this engagement ring, and it's like, yo, I feel stupid now. I
Now,
feel real stupid for going all the way there, presenting her with the opportunity where she could leave her job, quit her job, and really start making some more money and actually earn more money so that we could actually leave the Philippines and do more things in life. That was my goal. That was my outlook to basically look towards the future. So
and I wonder if he told her that plan. That's the thing. A lot of dudes will have plans in their relationships and not tell their woman about it, or not demand that his woman contribute to it. Because why are you guys together? If you have a plan in mind and you're like, okay, I'm trying to get here, your girl is supposed to support you on your way to there. If you're a Christian, God made a helpmate, not an expense mate. You get what I'm saying? So again, it's like all of the time, attention, energy, resources needs to go into helping you get to your goal. Without her understanding that goal, he could have found this out a long time ago by saying, "Hey, like eventually I want to leave the Philippines." Woo, 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 woo. She would have been like, "Oh no, the Philippines is my home. I can't leave." Wow, wow, wow. And then he would have moved on to the next girl. But I mean, just listening to him talk, he probably wouldn't have moved on to the next girl and still tried to make it work and then tried to convince her later down the line just to ultimately fail. Let's continue.
I just said, well, since you don't know what you want, we can't continue going on like this. And so
No, he did not say that. Hold on. Let me make sure before I say that. Let me make sure.
to basically look towards the future. So I just said, well, since you don't know what you want, we can't continue.
Since you don't know what you want, you know what that tells me? That tells me that when she presented, like, hey, I have a boyfriend, I've been cheating on you, basically, and him asking them stupid, dumbass questions, he was like, hey, I still want to make this work. You need to make a decision. It's going to be me or it's going to be him. And I'm going to give you 24 or 48 hours to make that decision. Man, come on. And again, this is where, for me, my bells are going off. It's like, how is this something that is acceptable to you? How is being treated like that acceptable to you? How can your woman submitting to another man and then tell you about it? And then your first response is, well, I still want to make it work. Let's go ahead and figure something out. It's wild to me. It's wild. It's wild. And then at the end of the day, he's not even making the decision to end the relationship or continue the relationship. He's simply saying, well, I'm going to put the ball in your court. Right. So you're going to give leadership to her, basically reminding her of why she's talking to Buddy in the first place. And and again, just because I know women, I know that she's not going to make a decision because then she's not going to make a decision. If it's up to her, she wants both.
Going on like this. And so that night she moved back to her little apartment or whatever, her little room. And I had really nothing more to say to her except, like, what's going on? Did you make a decision yet? And she couldn't make a
And hold on.
decision. So,
Yeah, of course she couldn't. All right, let's try that one more time.
like, what's going on? Did you make a decision yet? And she couldn't make a
So after all of that, when she moved back, she went back to her apartment, and then he's texting her like, "Hey, have you made a decision yet? Have you chosen yet? Did you choose yet? Come on, man. Come on, man. What are we talking about?"
decision. So I can't sit there and be waiting for someone to make a decision where once she told me her situation, where like who he was, no job, living at home, how could you have a relationship with someone like this where it's like you got a degree in college, you got a job, you're living with someone who's taking care of you full time. Like if something happened to her, I'm putting my life on the line,
She's still a woman.
to save her for the simple fact because I'm thinking this woman told me, yeah, we have a future together. We talked for like 2 whole months before we moved in together. Well, before she moved in with me. Look at how she misled me thinking that I was actually having a relationship with someone in a monogamous relationship. I'm under that impression. And with her coming to my condo every day, her routine is just so feminine and like, okay, I'm yours, what are we eating? Oh, you cooked? Okay, great. Or, okay, one day maybe I don't cook. Maybe we'll go out to a restaurant, and just have a nice little meal out and just enjoy each other's company at like, a bar or something like that. Hear some music, hear karaoke. So we were having just a normal lifestyle.
And so my thing is, what about that routine was feminine? I'm genuinely curious. Maybe he's leaving some stuff out, but I really want to know what about that was feminine. And maybe you guys can help me out.
In the weekends, she would go to the province because, that's where her family's at.
Yeah, no, that's where that dude is at. Yeah, she went to the province to visit her family. Yeah, yeah. I guarantee you she never asked you to go. Come on now. Come on, man. I just never knew. No, you knew. You just chose not to look at it.
And I didn't know that's where he was at.
Yeah. What?
Okay.
Shocks.
Now, do you still think that dating in the Philippines is better than dating in the West in America, or you think it's kind of all the same?
I'm going to say this, dating in the Philippines has made me not want to trust women at all
Mm.
because the level of excuses and lies that they feel are justifiable.
Mm-hmm.
They feel, okay, it's okay for me to tell a little lie for no reason. They don't feel any compunction.
Because there's no consequences to it. There's no consequences for her to lie to you. She lied to you for 4 months. And at the end of that, she was given the opportunity to continue the relationship.
For misleading people because they feel it was the right thing to do. And I'm like, why do you think that? Why do you think telling me, this little lie, whether it be big, small, little, you still misled me. You still told me something that you knew was not factual. Just to what? Manipulate me or benefit from it?
Now, were you dating previously to her, different women in the Philippines?
No, no, no.
Okay.
And he bugging. Me personally, I'm taking all the clothes back. The ones that I bought, yeah, all of that's back. All of that's coming back. I'll say that for the next Filipino. I'm gonna rewrap it. I'm gonna pretend I don't have it, and then if I get the next one, I'm gonna be like, oh, good, I got you this shirt. Yeah, rinse and repeat. Am I wrong for that? It don't matter. Listen, the benefits came with me. When I'm gone, the benefits is gone too. Give me that shit back.
So, how long had you been in the Philippines before you met her?
I was there before I met her 1 month.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, I didn't stay in the Philippines for no more than 6 months.
okay.
So when I landed, I got familiarized with my area, and that was how I met her.
Okay,
Like
but
going to the mall.
do you think the overall demeanor of the women there is just a little bit more feminine?
I agree. It is feminine, but is it a sincere? Is it sincere femininity? Is it sincere where these women could be cosplaying for a moment in time just to say, okay, I know that I may have this going on, but I'm not going to let you. I'm going to lead you on to think something different. I'm not.
Of course, that's their blueprint. It's a survival blueprint. Now, again, I don't use that as an excuse. I still think you're a shitty person if you're doing it. But again, if you have your pulse on the Philippines, or if you talk to a lot of Filipinas, you know a lot of these girls, they're two faced, and it's the fact that they're trying to make something shake. A lot of Filipinos are becoming westernized, and you can see that. Maybe in the province it's something different, a little bit different, but not much. A lot of these girls are chasing lifestyle. You got to understand what is the I don't want to call it indoctrination. What is the marketing that's going on in the Philippines, and that is date a foreigner, live a rich life. That's basically it. And so, of course, a lot of these women are coming on here like, oh yes, I cook and clean and I do all these. Yes, she was doing that normally because in families over there, usually a lot of families, they have it to where the daughter or the eldest daughter or a daughter in general is going to be cooking, cleaning, and doing laundry for the whole family. That's just her role in the household. So of course, when she comes to you and she says those things, that's just her normal everyday life. You know what I'm saying? And again, when you do not have a program for your woman when she comes in to be with you, that's right, vacation.
Saying that there isn't any good women there. It's just like any place. There's unicorns everywhere. You just got to find them. Exception to every rule. It's just that I was misled by a YouTuber. His name was the Black Filipino. Yes, the Black Filipino misled me. He's from Queens, New York.
Right.
I was in the Dominican Republic, living there for 2 years, and I was watching his channel for a long time, and he
You lived in the Dominican Republic and you were not put on game on how these women move. There's no way. There's no way. In the Dominican Republic, Latinas, you weren't okay. Hey, no problem. Like, I guess he thought the Asian girls were gonna be extremely different.
kept saying Filipinas love foreigners. Now, when you keep hearing Filipinas love foreigners, he's not saying who, he's just saying foreigners. And as I'm hearing him say this and I'm seeing a few relationships, come into fruition on his channel, I'm like, that can maybe be me. So as I pick up my life and I leave the Dominican Republic, thinking that, okay, you know what? Maybe things are better in the Philippines. I was completely and utterly stunned as I walked around Cebu watching these 60 and 70-year-old white dudes with these 20-year-old Filipinas.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, it's not uncommon, they were here first, but I don't really see any like black guys walking around. And I just started observing, like, okay, I don't really see any black guys. I found one here, one maybe there, but they were older guys with Filipinas that weren't as attractive as what I was seeing with white guys.
Because they're not paying for it. That's the bro. Listen, if you're 50 plus, there's a. Let me say this right, because I hate when dudes talk about this and they don't really give you the real situation. Once you pass a certain age and your looks are going down, right? Let's keep it a bean. Most dudes are going to be bald. They're going to be slightly chunky, slightly a little overweight. At least they're not going to be in their prime. Okay, these dudes are buying these girls. Are you think a hot 23-year-old is going to be with a 60-year-old because she loves his personality?
I
Come on,
was
guys.
seeing
Come on. Let's be honest. He's paying for that. He's buying. He's like this dude, paying for clothes, paying for rent, paying for families, doing a whole bunch of stuff. Of course, you're gonna be with them because, like I said, the marketing for foreigners and Filipinos is you get with this dude, you play nice, you cosplay extreme amounts of femininity, then you're gonna get a serious lifestyle boost, and that's exactly what happens. He said, "Well, I don't see it with black dudes because a lot of black dudes don't know that programming because a lot of black dudes are raised in a you have to get it for free. You can't be paying for it. Even though when you're actually out there and you see these guys in person, a lot of them on the low are still paying for it. But that's just how it is. Once as you get older, you no longer have that youthful vigor on your side anymore, and you pay for it. Now I know a lot of you superhuman supermen out there. You never had to do any of these things. That's fine. That's good. But again, I'm speaking for the average. On average, if you're trying to get somebody that's way above your league, especially in your 50s and 60s, come on now. You're going to have to shell out paper. Let's be real.
the best of the best with the white guys. And I was seeing a few brothers with women who are a little older, a little out of shape, pushing maximum density. They may have had a nice personality,
No, maximum density is hilarious. I'm going to take I'm going to take that. That's funny. That's hilarious.
but they were not tens. So you see how you can be misled by hearing Filipinas love foreigners. You see a guy, he's with a woman, she's Filipina, but you're not looking at the quality of like what you're seeing, the comparison between these black white dudes.
Okay,
And
so you're saying that the black Filipino didn't clarify that the foreigners that they like are the white guys.
yes, he
Okay.
just kept saying foreigner, which he was right.
And I hate when dudes say that. No, they like lifestyle. All you have to do, bro, all you have to do is just look at their relationship. Just look at their relationship. Tell me, go into one of those relationships and then be like, hey, what do you pay for when it comes to her? He's not gonna be like, oh, I don't pay for nothing, bro. She off for strength of my, you know what I mean? That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. They just know if they're with him, yeah, he's gonna be paying. I was talking to this Filipino once, and she was like, yeah, he gave me the equivalent of I want to say it was like $1,100 or $1,200. Basically, he was paying for her family's rent, her education, and her mother's medical bills because her mother had like a heart condition, and he was paying for that, and he would give that to her every single month. I was like, yeah, why'd you guys break up? He was like, oh, because he cheated on me. His friend told her that he was cheating on her, and I was like, oh, you can't forgive a little cheating? Now, of course, I'm telling abroad this. I would never I would never tell myself or any men that, but I'm saying, oh, you can't forgive a little cheating because he's paying for all these things. She was like, oh, it was like the ninth time. I'm like, oh, okay. I get it now. But again, that's these relationships. That's these relationships, and a lot of guys who talk about, oh, they like white dudes. No, they just know if they date you, they're not going to be able to get the same amount as if they were dating the other guy.
Caucasians fit the demographic of foreigner.
Hmm.
Anyway, so that's gonna be the end of this video, and I hope this analysis really showed you this is like a lot of dudes. This is their programming, It's like not one time did we hear like, hey, she's doing this for me. Not one time did he say, hey, I was putting her on to do this. This is something where it's like a lot of guys, for me personally, when it comes to how I run relationships and when it comes to masculinity and dominance and leading a relationship, you don't have a plan for your woman. You just think that she just gets to show up and look pretty and that's all she has to do. Absolutely not. You're building a family or you're building a relationship and she needs to contribute to that. All right. Now in the ways that she can contribute, you're gonna have to figure that out and then put her through the training program so she can get good at supporting you as a man. Anyways, that's what I gotta say. Let me know what you guys think about this. Let me know in the comments, and with that, I'll see y'all on the next one. All right, peace.